Welcome back, everyone. It's episode 283 of Super Kelly Pillows podcast for the 19th of January 2025. My name's Stone Kelly.
My name's Jody Kelly.
We're down to one show again, Jody.
One show. Skeleton Crew's finished.
Yeah.
Sad
it is weird
times.
as well. It is, yeah. It's also weird as well because I've got my normal earpods in, so I can actually hear you. Because normally when I do a show, I can't really hear you. Just because of the way that it's.
You might be disappointed. Yeah. No, you can't hear me.
How was your week?
It was alright. Fairly quiet. Yeah, not bad. Yourself?
We went through to Edinburgh yesterday, so I hadn't been to Edinburgh Castle in about 40 years. So I figured it was time again to go. So Army got Historic Scotland passes. Yeah. So we got in for free to Edinburgh. The only thing it cost us was a train journey. We chose the wrong day to go because, of course, Clydebank were playing Hibernian, so the train was full of Bankies fans. Being football fans, no offense to football fans, but you get a bit excited on game day. So the train was a bit rowdy, so we decided we would get off at Queen Street and then get the express one. Luckily, they all stayed on the train and headed through to Edinburgh. So wasn't too bad. But yeah, the castle was lovely. We saw the crown jewels.
Yeah,
it's very nice.
That can be an expensive day if for the was it 40?
It's 20. It's 19 and change each if you don't have a concession.
Yeah.
So that's 60 quid straight off the bat, and the place was jumping. I don't know.
Always busy.
Yeah, can't be that many people are Historic Scotland badge owners.
No, because it's mostly tourists as well. You hardly ever hear a Scottish accent in Edinburgh, really.
No, you don't. No, that is very true. Yeah, there's a lot of people just stopping in the middle of the road, and then just taking pictures. Just go over to the side like a normal human and take a picture there. But no, they just stop right in front of you, and you walk into the back of them, and then you have to say sorry because it's your fault.
Yeah. That's beautiful city. Beautiful city. Love it.
It's a beautiful, very walkable city as well.
It is very walkable.
Not a lot of cities are walkable, but yeah, Edinburgh's one of them. Even if it is up, there's a lot of steps in Edinburgh.
Yeah,
don't get me wrong. If you don't like steps, you're not going to enjoy Edinburgh, especially in the Old Town, because the Old Town is basically just steps.
Yeah.
It's just all up and down things. But I had a good time there yesterday.
Nice.
And bad news bear though is that Sky came out to fix a router. So they replaced the router, and of course it's still as bad as ever. We sat down to watch TV last night when we came in, and of course it was like
really?
Yep.
Weird. It's weird.
Yeah. So it was down to 6 megabits per second or something crazy like that.
Well, let's try and get through this then.
Well, exactly. Yeah, let's try and get through this.
Holy moly!
Shall we talk about the tea?
A wee.
We start off with sad news: the passing of David Lynch at the beginning of the week.
Very sad news.
Yeah, he was one of your favourite directors growing up.
Certainly was. Probably my favourite director when I was a certain age. Obsessively. Blue Velvet, Wild at Heart. Not so much Razorhead, but Twin Peaks certainly. Twin Peaks really invented TV shows as they are now, when you think about it. All these kind of... Pre-Twin Peaks, it was all Dallas and Dynasty. Post-Twin Peaks, you get all your 6 foot unders and your...
Lost.
Lost, yep. All these kind of intrigue shows with intrigue and kind of strangeness to them.
Yeah.
So I would say he was right up there for being the pioneer of
That's a
TV.
good shout, actually. Yeah.
Even you think of 6 Feet Under, Northern Exposure, a lot of those
Northern
shows
Exposure was
post Twin Peaks and totally.
Yeah.
It's so influential.
X-Files?
So original. X-Files, arguably, yeah.
Yeah.
Just so influential. Absolute. I always loved to see what he did next. I think the last thing he did was that monkey thing on Netflix.
I think, what did Jack do? I think that was the last thing he did. I think it was released on his birthday as well, like when he was 72, so it was a few years ago. They did that. It's a good short movie. If you ever, I think it's on Netflix, isn't it? I saw it on Netflix. Obviously, he did the original film version of Dune as well.
Of course,
Which was a bizarre thing. When you look at his other work, like how do you conflate those two? But yeah, I mean, Dune is a masterpiece. Like what he managed to do to tell that story in that amount of time, given the technology of the time, was amazing.
Particularly the scene where they fight each other with that kind of force field thing.
Yeah,
that was pretty groundbreaking at the time.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Without computers as well.
And it is kind of similar as well to the Loki portals that they have, that kind of same kind of effect.
Yeah.
The other ones.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you're right.
But just the whole thing.
Yeah. Even his later movies as well, Mulholland Drive and things like that. It's brilliant, absolutely terrific.
Yeah, launched careers as well. I mean, Kyle MacLachlan as well. He plucked him from obscurity, and then
Naomi Watts as well.
Yeah, Naomi Watts. Alicia Witt as well. She played the Star Child, the daughter of Jessica in June. He saw her, and he was like, "Oh, she's gonna be perfect for the little girl at the end of June." So, I launched hundreds of careers. Just an amazing career himself. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Willem Dafoe as well, I think, as well. Was it? Yeah. And he worked with a lot of people regularly as well. So it wasn't just he would just pick. He always got an ensemble cast. Like he used the guy from Eraserhead. I can't remember his name now.
Yeah.
He used him a lot as well. Like he cast him a lot in his movies. So yeah, just an amazing director. Not my favorite director. I mean, I Scorsese's probably still my favorite director, but that's because I'm.
I mean, but at that point, though, and when I was kind of growing up, I was like, not into mainstream films, and I remember you forced me to watch Goodfellas, and I was like, this is going to be absolute rubbish. I don't, and I'm like, this is really good. Maybe I'm missing something here. Maybe there are good film directors with the independent movie scene.
Yeah.
So very sad.
Yeah. Indeed. Very, very sad. Yes. Next. Going from David Lynch to this story seems a bit bizarre now. Moana 2. Bear with me. Has hit $1 billion at the box office.
Whoa, that was quick.
I know. So what's interesting about this is that, first of all, it's a sequel and it's made more money, I think, than the original.
I think it's more money, is it not? I don't think Moana even touched that. Was it not about 600 million or something? First one made
43 million, which is not, I mean, it's not too bad. That's pretty good.
430, you mean?
No. Well, yeah, 430 better, or
million.
I guess. Yeah, 643 million. 643 million.
Oh, 643 million. Sorry, I misheard the 6 bit.
Right, okay. And then Moana 2 is now sitting at, let me get the exact figure, 1.012 billion. So it's well over the billion. Mark?
Yeah, for me, Moana was a far better movie than we've spoken about this loads of times, but
Aye.
it's a far better
I
movie
don't think
than
it's the
Frozen.
recognition.
Songs
Yeah.
are
And
terrific
especially
by
Frozen 2. You know.
The songs by what do you call the guy?
Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Yes, are terrific. I mean, they're really good.
They're
I don't
really
think he
good, yeah.
doesn't do them in the second one, does he? The songs. I
I
don't
don't
think
know
they're
if he
by him.
does, but and I don't think he did all the songs as well in
What, the first one?
Moana either. I think he did some of the songs. I think he did things like Shiny, which
Yeah,
is a great wee song.
yeah, yeah.
But yes, it's going gangbusters. Moana
Wow,
2. The Rock must be like, "Ooh, this is good."
that's two animations in a row, really, because Pixar's Inside Out was $1 billion.
Aye,
Inside
yeah,
Out 2 was $1 billion
$1.5
as
billion.
well.
Yeah,
Cycles. Yeah,
yeah. So I
well
mean,
deserved as
Pixar
well.
and well, I mean, you know, it's Disney. They should be good at animation. That's kind of what the studio was built on.
Yeah, and
So I mean,
if I'm not mistaken as well, Moana 2 was originally going to be a TV series for Disney.
yes, it was. It
Bob
was
Iger.
originally going to be streaming. Yeah.
Uh-huh. So Bob Iger went, wait a minute, conglomerate all that, let's make a movie and get it in the
Let's make a
cinema.
movie. Yeah, yeah. There you go.
It worked.
Seems like Bob's got a few good ideas still under his sleeve. Pity he's leaving in a couple of years, but never mind. In fact, is this not his second last year? This is the penultimate year at Disney. I think he's out in 2026, isn't he? I think.
Crikey.
It's not far now.
Yeah. Yeah.
I still can't get over the fact that Bob Iger looks like Ben Kingsley in Sneakers. Honestly.
Have you got a bet with somebody you can mention Sneakers in every episode? Is that what it is?
Yeah, I think so. Right, okay. Let me see if I can find a picture of Bob Iger.
You manage it most episodes anyway.
I can, yeah. Right, so this is a picture of Bob Iger.
Yeah, I was going to say you better.
I mean, everybody knows who Ben Kingsley is, but you've got to see the side by side comparison.
Anytime I think of Ben Kingsley now, so I think of him in the Marvel sense, you know, the baddie.
Yeah, it was yeah.
I think he looks like Sinatra, Bob Iger.
Yeah, a bit of Sinatra as well, yeah.
Old blue eyes.
And then oh, of course this doesn't work. I thought it was going to work. Right, keep that picture in mind, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Great technology here. I should have set this up before, but never mind.
I mean,
there you go. There's Bob Iger. Bob Iger. Oh, sorry, that's another picture of Bob Iger.
Nah, I don't know if I buy it.
See, you're thinking. I mean, his hair's slicked back instead of Bob's is off to the side. He's got a side.
Do you know who he looks like though? Do you know who he looks like?
Kingsley.
He looks like Gandhi. See if you shaved his hair off. White, wee round glasses.
Aye, yep, got that.
Gandhi.
Irish accent.
Weird,
yep.
Weird that, isn't it?
Yep. Weird. Crazy.
Yeah.
That's enough of that.
Just an observation.
I know. Nick Frost has been in the limelight recently because he played SM33 in Skeleton Crew, and he was being interviewed, and he was asked, "So, are you guys doing another Cornetto trilogy movie?" And he went, "Yeah."
Oh, a quadrilogy.
Quadrilogy? Is that the word? Quadrilogy.
Yeah.
Quadrilogy. So I don't know if Edgar Wright and Simon Pegg are like, wait, what?
I know.
I don't know.
I'm not spoken about this.
He said that they're quickly approaching 60, so it'd be nice if we could do a movie where they're in their 60s, and like, what are these guys doing in their 60s? And he said it'd be nice as well because the audience of the Cornetto movies are also heading towards their 60s as well.
Yeah.
I mean, how dare you, sir? I'm still 18.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Do you know?
But
do you know
yeah, so that's kind of the thing there.
Do you know what would be good then if they did like a kind of Back to the Future type movie when they're young and they play their younger selves and their older selves.
So I was thinking about this the other day there. I'm glad you mentioned that. Why don't people who make movies, and I guess it's like, you ain't going to need it kind of thing, but you've got the actors there, you've got the sets and all that kind of stuff. Why not know that you're going to shoot a movie in like 20 years' time? Like, because they did that with, and it's not the same thing, but Ethan Hawke. No, but you shoot scenes for a movie that you're going to make in God knows how many years' time, right? Yeah. And then you can then do them actually when they're younger selves.
That's a hell of a lot of planning involved. 20 years worth of planning.
I know.
A movie.
Exactly.
A movie.
20 years in the making.
20 years in the making.
In a world. Oh, God.
In a world. In a world. No. 20,000 years BC.
And he gave up the cigars.
Yeah. We could, it could be like
posty.
I could see that though, them doing a kind of them in their 60s, going back to. Oh, is that just Bill and Ted? I think I've just rewritten Ted again.
Yeah, maybe. It could also be, it could be like Still Game as well.
Yeah.
Slightly younger Still Game, because Still Game they're in their 70s, but yeah, it could be Still Game. They're pensioners or something like that, and they go in a like it's a Jolly Boys out or something like that, and then some murder mayhem thing happens.
Yeah. Thing is, they're not in their 60s.
Sorry, guys, I'm not giving you ideas.
Yeah, but are we going to need to wait till they're in their 60s till they do this? I mean, this is like first pie in the sky anyway stuff. Because
aye.
He's not discussed it with MD. Probably. I mean,
their 60s is only 4 years away. 4 years away. So it's not too long, though.
Yeah. Or do they make it before their 60s? In their 60s.
Pretend to be in their 60s.
And pretend to be in their 60s.
Yeah.
Anyway,
it's one of those, microphone thrust in face. What do you think about a new Cornetto thing? Went, I think it's a brilliant idea. It's like, of course.
It'd be great. It'd be terrific. I'd even
what do you think of a trilogy by for Star Wars done by Taika Waititi? I think it's a fantastic idea. It's like,
yeah, it's a fantastic idea. Or it was.
It was.
Just don't tell us. Wasn't. Just don't tell us yet until it's signed in the dotted line and all that stuff. You've got a script, and you've started filming.
Yeah.
You got a contract.
And you got a trailer.
Don't tell us.
Aye. When you've got a trailer, then you can start talking to me. And I'm not talking about Patty Jenkins talking at the boot of her car. That's not a trailer, okay?
Boot of her what?
The trunk of her car. Remember, she was getting like a flight suit on or something in the video.
Oh yeah.
Like, I want to see the movie. I'm excited. It's an interesting idea for the movie because her dad used to be a fighter pilot and all that kind of stuff. And there's like a lot of like family history there. There might be a passion project in there. That's a good thing. But we're not going to see it because Disney and Star Wars or Lucasfilm or whatever it is can't get their act together for these things.
That was some setup, wasn't it? Really, when you think about it,
it really was. It was
doing that.
Stole her from DC, which is probably the reason why Wonder Woman 3 didn't happen, is because she like jumped ship to go to Lucasfilm, and then the thing at Lucasfilm never happened. Now she's like twiddling her thumbs. I don't know what Patty Jenkins is doing just now. Competent director.
Probably.
I don't know. Yeah, making James Gunn voodoo dolls.
Aye. Playing Candy Crush.
Yeah. Talking of which, James Gunn.
I think that was one link away.
That's pretty good. He's also very similar to David Lynch as well, because he uses ensemble actors as well. So he's reused Dave Bautista and what's his name, Mark Rooker and all that kind of stuff. He's used them in multiple projects. And his brother, yeah, exactly. Let's not forget Sean, because that's what James's writer says. Let's not forget Sean. Anyway, and there'll be a part for your brother Sean. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, Anyhow, he's saying that he's going to go down the Spider-Man route for his version of Batman. So they're not going to tell the origin story. He's going to be a fully fleshed out character. He also said the same thing about Spider-Man and Superman, and the same thing. He says we know who Superman and Batman are. We don't need to see their origin stories.
Yeah, we've seen it a million times.
Makes me a little bit more excited about those movies than prior to that, because before I was like, I don't want to see another bloody origin story. I'm sick of them.
Well, that particular article that we read, I shared with you, it was saying that basically the whole of Gotham, the TV show Gotham, was the setup for that, pretty much.
Aye, Martha's Peril's falling. Yeah, I know. We know what's going to happen.
I never even watched that Gotham.
I watched the first season.
I'd actually forgotten that you know how obviously the Matt Reeves Batman has got the Penguin thing TV series. I'd forgotten they'd done the same thing with the Christopher Nolan universe as well. With Gotham, was that not kind of?
Was that the same thing?
I think so. I think that was part of the same universe. Yeah,
because it was the Penguin again in that, because he was the main character. He wasn't the main bad guy. The main bad guy was played by Jada Pinkett Smith, and she was the Kingpin. I'm not entirely sure. I can't remember the show at all. Sorry, comment below. But she was the sort of main character, and the Penguin kind of took over from her in later seasons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'd forgotten they'd done that. But yeah, we've seen it a million times. The sort of setup in various different ways. We even saw it in the Joker, didn't we? I think.
Aye, yeah.
The original Joker, we saw that, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we've seen it a million times. So good. I quite like the way that they did it. They did the Superman Man of Steel, the origin story. They had it kind of thread through the whole movie type thing, you know, where he came from and stuff. And obviously,
that's Cotton Eye Joe you're thinking of, Jody.
Cotton Eye Joe, yeah.
Where did you come from? Where did you go?
Where did you go?
Yeah.
Where did you come from? Cotton Eye Joe.
Cotton Eye Joe.
Yeah.
Also Cornfield as well. Yeah. So, sticking with British people, that was a terrible segue. Sorry, Noel Fielding. Here's one for you. Noel Fielding's. Here's one for you. I've got one for you.
Here's one for you. Remember that Little Britain sketch? It's like presents this it presents like some madcap game. And it's like just a log. With a log with a 200-page manual of how to play it. Anyway, sorry, carry on.
No, God, we've always our conceit has always been that Apple TV Plus is a reasonably good service, and they're quite competent at picking good quality TV shows to put up.
Indeed.
And one of the shows that they put up was Dick Turpin. It's a long introduction for this story. Anyway, they don't typically cancel TV shows, Apple, because they have very precious amounts of TV shows. But they've cancelled this one. So Noel Fielding, who stars in it as the eponymous Dick Turpin, got sick over Christmas break and couldn't come back to work. And so Apple said, that's it, the whole show's cancelled. That seems like there's more of a story there.
Yeah. Also, the story says that his agent said that one of the main cast members was sick, and they hope that he gets better, and the whole thing's been cancelled because of it. But it doesn't say it's Noel Fielding that's the one that's sick. And how sick can he be that he's, but the whole thing cancelled?
Yeah. So this is according to GBN, so read this with a pinch of salt. Where's the quote?
We're scraping the barrel, guys.
I know, we really are.
GB News.
Fielding's agent, PBJ Management, is that Peanut Butter and Jelly Management? Is that what that is?
Could be.
PBJ Management. Anyway, it's probably Peters, Billingsley, and Jenkins or something. But anyway,
Peter Brown, something.
By Peter Brown, John. Denied claims he had dropped out, stating that one of the main cast members, who has not been well, that's a very English way to put it, is not recovered enough to complete the filming. The agent added it was hugely disappointing that filming could not continue. However, production sources told Deadline that the main cast member referenced was in fact Fielding himself. Noel has said that he can't film anymore, and so there's no choice but to stop, a source told the Times.
Yeah.
He can't film anymore.
I know. It sounded as if they were quite far into filming as well, into the second season. So
the way that they're saying it is
a lot of disappointed people, you know?
Yeah. So Fielding's spokesperson said the matter was private and confidential regarding their client's health, expressing sadness over the production's cessation. But the other one was the sudden departure has left hundreds of cast and crew members out of work, with footage already shot unable to be salvaged into a shorter season.
Yeah.
That's weird, isn't it?
Very strange. Apparently did this once before as well, when he was filming Bake Off. Halfway through the episode, they announced that he wasn't well and continued on without him. He just buggered off. So I don't know what's going on there. I hope he's all right.
Yeah, obviously, thoughts and prayers and all that kind of stuff. But it is a bit strange. I mean, obviously, over the coming months, it will come out as to why this has happened.
Yeah.
We could speculate, but I don't really want to be sued.
No.
So I guess we'll just leave it at that. I hope you feel better soon. No.
Get well soon. No.
Just for time for shooting Bake Off in April.
It'll be even more ill because apparently the production company's suing him because of it.
So it's his show, isn't it? He's the one that sort of created.
He's a showrunner. He's a creator.
Yeah. So kind of the buck stops with him.
I don't know. He's not going to sue himself, is he?
Well, no.
It must be the production company or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Not sure.
Peanut Butter Jelly Sandwich Productions.
But I suppose there's got to be some sort of contractual thing that if he can't do it, then there's got to be some sort of continuity. But
could you not get someone else in to do Dick Turpin, like reshoot the scenes?
Really?
I mean, the thing is that, like, when you look at a TV show, how often is the main cast on screen?
Yeah, but well, you can get away with it with Mandalorian and things like that, with a mask and stuff.
True. Yeah.
Unless he films his scenes just with a mask over his face.
Exactly. You do the old do one of those ones where it's basically Ed Wood.
Yeah.
In Plan 9.
That's probably that. Nah, I doubt that would happen. That's not feasible.
Do you know who they could get?
Who?
I bet he's not doing anything. Adamant.
Yeah, Adamant. Perfect.
Aye. Yeah.
Yep.
He was the Dandy Highwayman.
He was adamant about it.
He was. Right, on that bombshell. Also, bad news from the world of people who are pretending to be English but aren't actually English. Frasier has now been cancelled. Here's a weird one as well. So, Frasier was revived, and I think it's in its third season or something. We watched the first season; it was okay. It wasn't that great. And Nicholas Lyndhurst is in it as well.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
Which is a bit weird. And it's produced by CBS Studios. So this is what I'm trying to say. It's produced by CBS Studios. Paramount. Spit it am, height.
Say that again.
The CBS Studios. That was a terrible standalone impersonation.
It certainly was.
Paramount Plus have said they don't want it. They don't want the show, but CBS Studios is part of Paramount. So CBS is producing this show that Paramount Plus doesn't want.
Wow.
And there you go. That's it. It's on streaming as well. That's the other thing as well. It's not on
MD,
CBS
I've never heard
broadcast.
anyone talking about it. It's not. Is MD even watching it?
We watched the first season.
I watched the first episode, I think, and I was like, "This is so bland.
This is not
so
for me.
vanilla."
Yeah. I know it was not. Yeah,
it's kind of kind of laugh like that, kind of that type of laugh at every joke.
Yeah,
and commas.
Yeah, I don't think the characters were there, to be honest. I think like Frasier was trying to be like a kind of pantomime version of himself, and I don't know, it just didn't feel like Frasier.
I really don't know why they brought it back, to be honest with you. It's one of those ones, just leave it the way it was.
It's like every one of these things. It's nostalgia and a money truck. That's a nostalgia and a money truck walk up a driveway. Like that's the start of the joke there.
Yeah.
Oh man, we really missed Frasier. Go watch it again.
Correct.
Go get the DVD set if you're that enamored about it. You don't have to remake it. As much as I'd love to see someone remaking Columbo, and I think we all know it should be Mark Ruffalo, I'm okay with the fact that they haven't remade it, because I can go back and watch Peter Falk doing an amazing impersonation of Columbo, because he's Columbo.
Yeah. They would make it into a comedy, though, wouldn't they? The way they did
with
all the other
exactly,
ones.
Yeah. They turn it into Monk. They turn it into Monk or something. Exactly, yeah.
Kojak was Ving Rhames, wasn't it? When they did the remake. Ving Rhames.
Oh, was it?
Ving Rhames.
I can't remember.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah,
I think so.
Should leave it be.
Just leave
Talking on nostalgia train, this is not part of the stories we had in the rundown, but Lethal Weapon 5 is still a go, apparently. Danny Glover's coming back. And you'd think, maybe he is too old for this poop now.
Yeah. Well, Mel Gibson needs the money because his house burnt down, apparently, last week. So he needs to build himself a new house. Poor Mel, absolutely. He was on Joe Rogan and talking about it as his house was burning to the ground, because his son works in the fire service in LA, or run about there, and he said the whole bloody neighbourhood's in fire.
It's all gone. Yeah,
absolutely horrific.
It's because apparently it's one of the reasons why it went up so quickly is because the Palisades itself, which is a beautiful city, and it was explained in the Daily Show. It's a beautiful city, but it's essentially built on like desert scrubland.
Yep. Yeah, and there's a specific.
And people are buying into the houses there, and it's like they don't know anything about this.
Well, there's a specific plant that grows in the desert there, right? And it's been flourishing, and when it goes dry, it's basically kindling.
Oh, for the love of God!
So it's perfect. It's just a perfect
storm, yeah. And plus the fact they had all these the winds, and they were just basically, and you've got the embers. The embers go up in the air. The winds catch it, and of course, that's it. I mean, yourself when you go you never go back to a firework, and a fire will always light again. Because you can go back to a fire an hour, 2 hours later, just stoke it around, and all of a sudden you get flames again. So it's the ashes are there. So I mean, there's still heat there, and there's still enough.
See, you're saying embers. The embers are like the size of like a tennis ball. Some of them.
Oh, they're massive. Huge.
Yeah. And the minute they just roll
ones,
about. But apparently they just roll about. Everybody's got these kind of front bits that they can sit out at. They just roll about, and everything they touch goes in flames. This flaming bloody ember, giant ember.
I know the worst thing about all this though is that people are they're looking at it and they're going, "Oh, this is fake," because like why are all these houses burnt but this house isn't burnt? And you're going like, because that's how fire works. Because the fire will find the path of least resistance, burn through that thing, and then just keep going. It doesn't go back and go and get that house that it missed.
No,
it just goes,
no.
I missed that house because I can get to these other 4 houses. Not that it's thinking, but you know what I mean? It's the things that it's made of and all that kind of stuff. So there are going to be houses that are just plonked in the middle of like nothing now.
Also, as well, I mean, people are saying obviously it's movie stars and stuff, but look at all the people that work behind the scenes that live there that don't have mega money and they've lost all their stuff.
But you're talking about, I mean, that's the worst part of it, is the fact it's not movie stars. It's people who are like behind the scenes. They're earning money, but they're not earning Al Pacino type money. Exactly, yeah. But even actors that are on screen and on TV and all that kind of stuff, they're getting residual checks and things, and they've done bit parts and all that kind of stuff. They're you know them, but you don't. Like, they've never really starred in anything. They're not earning millions of dollars.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly.
And they have to live where the work is, and the work is in LA.
Yeah, absolutely.
So all these people are getting affected.
At that level of at that level of actor, yeah, definitely. Sorry for Mel. Well, I'm not saying it's all right for Mel, but I think Mel's got a house in Malibu, so he will be okay. But I
think you know that the Getting High with the Beach, that song by Lana Del Rey.
Yeah,
she filmed that at her house in Malibu, and I think that's gone as well.
Really?
It basically the fire jumped the road, took out her house.
Sorry, I didn't mean Malibu. I think it's Costa Rica or something. He's got a house in. But he
probably has a house in Malibu as well.
No,
actually,
his house was
in Palisades. He had a house in Palisades as well, I think.
I think it was Malibu. He mentioned Malibu anyway. I didn't realize that was Los Angeles.
Yeah, Malibu. Yeah. That's the thing, is we drove down past all of this to Topanga Canyon, all that kind of stuff. We drove past all these when we were there a couple of years ago, and just to think about all this, like, that is a huge area of real estate just gone. It's nuts. Yep. And it took us hours to drive through that. So and that's all disappeared. Yeah.
Grim.
It's nature for you. It is grim, yeah.
And it's happening every year, so you'd think they'd be more prepared.
I know. Well, I mean, can you prepare for these things? It's the same thing as tornadoes and things like that. I mean, we're humans. We'll always build in the nice parts of the world. It just so happens the nice parts of the world, bad things happen in those nice parts of the world.
Yeah.
Coastal floods.
All the tasty foods are bad for you.
That's right. Exactly. Yeah. That's why pizzas are fruit. Or vegetables, or whatever it is. Shall we talk about the Nintendo Switch 2? It got announced recently.
Out of the blue.
So we'll get, that's the old Switch there.
Yeah, that's the old one. That's the OG Switch.
That's the OG Switch.
Yep.
Exactly. Yeah. Still going strong. Still playing Vampire Survivors on it. Still playing Balatro on it. Fantastic bit of kit.
Yep.
Good for the indie games. It's good for the indie games. The new Switch, the new one, it released should we show the trailer for it?
Yeah, why don't we watch the trailer? Everybody else has done it. We might as well do it. So we've had the Switch, the original one, then we get the Switch Lite, then we get the Switch OLED.
Wow.
So we've had three sort of versions of the Switch so far. And now this is the new Switch 2, which is supposed to be more powerful than a Steam Deck.
Yeah,
but I think it's almost as powerful as the Xbox Series S or Series whatever it is.
Oh, it's almost as powerful as that.
Yep, which is pretty good considering.
So it actually starts off with this one,
OG.
The OG one, yeah. And so the first thing is the controllers slot in the old one. And then in this new one, they push in, and they're obviously held together by magnets.
Yeah.
I've heard some good news about the Joy-Cons, though.
So far.
So I've heard that they're using the Hall effect sensors instead of the pad things, the carbon pads that wear down. The nice thing about Hall effect sensors is that there's no moving parts in the Hall
Yes.
Effect Center.
Mm-hmm.
So they're bigger. They're much bigger.
Yeah, they're much bigger controllers. Yeah. Well, the screen's bigger, much bigger as well. So it looked daft if the controllers weren't, but it makes sense because I think they've maybe learnt some lessons because there's been a lot of handhelds out from various different people, Retroid and things like that, who have created a kind of Switch-esque game. Steam Deck as well is a much bigger system than, but it goes to show you it's bigger.
There's the Ally, there's Ally as well from ROG as well.
Yeah, and and it just goes to show you that they've maybe thought, well, we can make it a little bit bigger for adults to play, not get their hands cramping up.
Have you seen the thing about this? So these are these two extra pad things that you get, and some people are saying that these are mice because you can like skate about on the floor with them.
Oh, so is that an extra thing? I thought that was just the.
Yeah, so that's what people are saying.
Oh,
yeah.
So you can use that as a mouse.
I'm not 100% convinced about the magnets. I'm not.
By the way, I think they'll be sugary after a year.
Yeah, that's what I think as well. I think when you're getting the heat of the game or something like that, and all of a sudden you like pull one of them off.
That happened to me. That happened to me when I was riding a bike. The bloody the steering thing came straight off.
Oh no way!
Honestly, under a bridge, just in tune, cars coming, and I was like holding the handlebars, and they still pedaling, and I'm like, what the heck? I was actually delirious. I was like, I can't believe this is happening.
Did you not stop pedaling and like I don't know?
It's like one of those clown, one of those clown bikes, type thing. Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah. So Switch 2, and then we're getting a little preview of Mario Kart as well.
Yeah. So I'm guessing Mario Kart will be the launch title as it was.
Yeah.
For the Switch, I think.
No, they never really had a launch title for the Switch. It was that Snipper Clips, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah. Oh, true enough. Yeah, Snipper Clips.
No, sorry, Zelda. Zelda was the launch title. Breath of the Wild was the launch title.
I like the kickstand. The kickstand's good. It's got a couple of positions. It's got that one. It's got a kind of reclined one as well, which is a kind of Microsoft Surface type look to it. But I mean, it doesn't look too different to the current iteration of.
No.
I mean, that's.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Well, exactly. Yeah. So there you go. That's it reflected in there. Ooh.
Yeah.
So it's not too bad.
I like the design of the Joy-Cons as well. The cover to show which is which.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, in case you don't know your left from your right.
Correct, which I don't.
Yeah.
So it's very handy for me.
Still have to go like that. Oh, it's left.
Yeah, exactly.
Aye.
Lefty lissy, righty tighty.
That's right.
Yeah, those things are going to go.
Help me so many times that.
Midway,
Aye.
Your screen's going to land on the floor, break, and that'll be it.
Exactly. Yeah. That's my only concern about it. So it's one step forward, two steps back. Where they've fixed the whole set. They've fixed it by the whole sensor, and they're going, great, no more Joy-Con drift. Unfortunately, the drift that will now be is it drifting out the port.
Yeah. I will be getting one.
It's backwards compatible as well. Not all titles, but.
I think that's just to cover their asses.
Exactly, it's the usual thing. But I mean, if they're the same as Microsoft, they'll release tranches after tranches of like, oh, now you can play Barbie Super Dream Soldiers or whatever.
Yeah. Oh, well, brilliant. Number 2,
exactly.
Number 3.
Exactly. Yeah. By the way, the Barbie games are usually the easiest to convert because they tend to go like just straight down the line. Use the proper stuff for Microsoft, and so converting it is actually quite easy.
Top tips.
They don't use any fancy libraries.
Yeah. No, I'm excited for it. But it did come out the blue because it had been severely leaked as well. So I think Nintendo had to bring something out to go, okay, it is real. The leaks were heavy, though. I mean, the leaks were pretty much bang on, exactly. What the machine is. So somebody's going to get a smack butty.
I mean, it hasn't. It really hasn't. It's a bigger screen, bigger Joy-Cons, and then that's about it. Like a better port, like internals, it's better, but for the most part, it's almost exactly the same machine.
Do you think better. Do you think the Switch 2 is a bit of a cop out of a name? Super Switch. I think Super Switch would be pretty good.
I think it's a better name than whatever the hell Microsoft's naming conventions are.
Yeah.
I mean, nobody knows. People just say, "Oh, the latest Xbox." That's how bad it is. Is like because it's either the X or the S Series
the
X. It's the Xbox Series, but it's actually the name of the series is Series, and so you get the Series X version and the Series S version.
Somebody online was making the point as well that this is the first time they've ever named a system with a number. So Switch 2. They've never done that before with the Wii U.
The Wii U, yeah.
But that wasn't a number, obviously.
It was the Wii Lite as well.
Yeah, it's the first time they've ever done that. Even the Game Boy, Game Boy Advance.
True.
Boy,
and there was the Advance SP.
SP. Yep.
Yeah.
So
they've had it at the front though. They've had the 3DS and the 2DS, but those are.
I hope there's no confusion the way that was with the Wii. The Wii didn't sell because everybody thought it was just a slightly bigger version or something. They didn't realize it was a completely new system. And I hope that folk don't think this is just a supersized version of the Switch.
Oh right, so it's like maybe that's the reason why they didn't bother with it. Didn't go with a name then, because like the PlayStation 5 Pro is still a PlayStation 5.
Yeah,
it's slightly beefier hardware, not much, but it's slightly beefier hardware. But you're paying a lot of coin for it.
Yeah, I mean, if you'd only notice, I think, if you had a PS5 side by side with a PS5 Pro. And even then, though,
I mean, seriously, like it's when you go into a TV showroom and you see a 4K TV and a 1080p TV, and you're going like, "Is there much of a difference?"
I don't
to the naked eye, not really.
I don't really understand the Pro thing, even though I did buy into the OLED Switch, but that's another story.
Sorry, that was.
I actually did think the OLED was what the Switch should have been anyway. Switch OLED with the kickstand and the no bezel or hardly any bezel around the screen and stuff. Obviously an OLED screen. But exciting.
Yeah.
I think we're going to get a Switch Direct in March or April. April, I think it is.
All right, not long now.
Describe everything.
It's come not too soon because my Joy-Cons have started the old drifty poos.
Wow, that's taken a long time.
So much so that when I turn the console on, the cursor goes.
Well, do you know how old the machine is?
I mean, I got this day one, so
8 years.
Well, not day one. I got this. Oh, is it?
8 years.
For 8 years.
2015.
I got this Christmas whenever it came out.
2015 it came out. That's pretty good.
That's longer than 8 years, Jody.
What?
That's longer than 8 years.
Is it?
Well, 2015 is 10 years.
Sorry, not 2015, 2018.
Yeah.
2018.
Yeah, so it came out in March 2017. So I got it for Christmas. 2017, yeah. So I got it for I got it for Christmas 2017 then.
So it'll be more than 8 years.
Yeah.
Right?
So that's how long I've had this machine then, since 2017. Christmas 2017. So 8 years I've had this machine.
8 years. Yeah.
Nuts.
Long time. Long time. Doesn't feel
Still
like
working.
it. Doesn't feel like it.
Yeah.
I mean,
I was looking for replacement Joy-Con controllers. Good luck. You cannot get those, the red and the neon ones, for love nor money.
No.
Which is a shame, because I really like them. Because when I was toying with the idea of getting a Switch, I was like, which one will I buy? And I'm like, you got to buy that one. That's the one you got to buy.
That's the one I had. Yeah.
Because, like, why would you buy the grey one?
I know. It's boring, like the grey one.
Yeah. Yeah. Which is kind of why I think that's a bit boring. That one, the new one, because it's just got the color around the Joy-Cons. I'd prefer if they'd just gone a wee bit bolder, a wee bit funkier.
I like it because it's quite sleek looking. This, that design. I mean, I think the OLED one was a bit too PS5-ish. The black and white Stormtrooper type vibe.
I think, yeah, because I think with this one here, it's got the bright orangey red one and the bright blue one.
Yeah.
And your wee brother might not want the pink one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I just smashed that in my head. Because that might be the one that causes arguments. Is I don't want that one. It's pink. I want the blue one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or people have got an aversion to a certain color.
Yeah.
Do you say it might cause arguments? That's all.
Possibly. Yeah.
Controversial.
Up with the number one Christmas list anyway.
So when's it out?
For this year. I think it's out in August or something.
So I think will be the must-have Christmas present.
Yeah, it will be. It will be definitely this year.
Do we know the price?
We don't know.
Oh, it just says released to be 2025. So what's the current Switch running at?
Is it not?
Is it an OLED as well? Is the new one an OLED as well?
Yeah, I think so.
So according to Argos,
we don't really have any details about the specs. So.
It's 260 quid.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and that's for the neon one.
Yeah, I reckon it will be probably OLED prices for the new one, which is about $350 or something like that.
Oh, okay.
I'm just guessing. It's that bit bigger.
Do you know where you get? Do you know where you get the neon Joy-Cons from?
Where?
Argos.
There you go.
There you go. Couldn't find them online for anywhere, so you just go to Argos. Anyway, should we talk about what you're watching?
All right.
What the blue blazes are you watching, man?
Well, this week I have mostly been watching. We watched a TV show called Playing Nice on ITV, STV, ITV, ITVX, whatever you want to play on it. It's about a couple that's babies have been swapped at birth, but they don't find out until the kid's about 3 years old, and there's a big hoo-ha about it and stuff. But the guy that's got their actual son is an absolute prick.
Is he?
Yeah.
It's one of those guys.
Starts off nice, and then that's why it's called Playing Nice. So it's really good actually. I really enjoyed it. It's one of those ones keeps you guessing, and it was quite a satisfying ending as well, which is always good. We watched Skeleton Crew. We did the watch along and stuff, so you can check that out. I think they stuck the landing pretty much. Although, like I said in the watch along, if you were to pull it apart at any corner, it would unravel. I think pretty quickly. As a Star Wars show,
it's a good kids space adventure, is what
it was super enjoyable. But as a
and the
Star
kids
Wars,
were great in it. They were really good.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
In fact, I would go so far as to say they were better than the kids in Stranger Things.
No, I think Stranger Things gets a bad rap now because it's been away for so long.
Well, that's why.
It's been away too long. Yeah. Movie-wise, we watched... we've been watching Traitors, obviously. It's been brilliant. Movie-wise, we watched Pulp Fiction.
Oh, yeah.
What can you say about Pulp Fiction? Probably his best movie.
Classic.
Although...
Is it, though?
It's hard to say now because he's done so many great stuff
Jackie
since
Brown's
then.
good, though. Jackie Brown's good.
That's my least favourite.
Is it?
Yep.
Oh,
yeah.
Jackie Brown.
I think Django is probably my favourite. Or
Django's super gory, though. Django's his
it's mega gory.
Sam Peckinpah type
definitely.
movie.
Yeah, definitely. Really, really gory.
Yeah.
But Pulp Fiction's brilliant. I mean, it still stands up. I told you I watched Snatch a few months ago now. I don't think that stands up as much as Pulp Fiction does. Something
really?
Yeah, I find it.
I think I remember saying this at the time and thinking to myself, nah. All bets are off. That Snatch.
Yeah.
The one with the dog and the Jules and the anything declared don't go to London.
Aye, the Brad Pitt one, the Pikeys.
Aye, yeah. Periwinkle Blue for me, ma.
Yeah.
One. Yeah.
To me, it didn't stand up as much as Pulp Fiction does. But anyway, Kill Bill even good Kill Bill's that belter as well. Hateful Eight. Oh my god! I mean, the guy's does it really put wrong? Does it?
Name a bad movie.
No, I know. I mean,
Death Proof.
Well, no, I suppose.
No, I like Death Proof as well.
What else did I? Oh, Borat. We watched Borat. Oh my god! By the way,
did you with Danny?
Yes. He wanted to watch it, and I was like, well, the only bit that I can remember that was extremely
the hotel scene
was the hotel scene with him and his associate naked wrestling, having a fight naked. Oh my god! And I'd pre-warned them about that bit, and I said that look, if it gets too much, I'll fast forward it and stuff. I think I might have fast forwarded a couple of bits in it. The ending, if nobody's seen Borat, please excuse my spoiler here, but the ending with Pamela Anderson, we had to Google it to see because the whole scenario looked too real. Apparently, she was in the joke,
right?
And everybody else wasn't, including the security guards. So she knew it was about to happen, and oh my god, it's just what a film! It's so funny.
I was in a movie theater in Florida, and I have never been so anxious in my life.
Anxious, I know.
It wasn't busy, but it was like 30 people in the theater,
yeah.
and I was the only one laughing, and it was like full on. It was like Cape Fear level laughter.
See the bit when they go to stay at the wee old Jewish couple's place.
Aye.
And it's like the because he's like anti-Jewish or whatever he is, he's pretending.
That's right. Yeah, the shape-shifting Jews part of it. Yes.
And so they put this sinister music on, this wee lovely wee old Jewish couple, and it is so funny. And these cockroaches come into the room at one point, and they're like, "Oh, they've shape-shifted." And oh man, it's just so funny.
There's a bit at the end where he goes to see this old woman who's a Holocaust. I think she's a Holocaust survivor, and they talk to her in the synagogue, and he's being his usual dickish self. But the actual background story to that is really nice because he said, "I don't want to do this to this poor old woman. I'm going to have to explain to her and it's the only time he basically told someone else the setup.
That's in the second movie, is it not?
Was that the second movie?
I don't think that's the first one. I don't remember
All
that.
right, okay.
Unless I was
Because it must be the second movie then. Because it's the only one where he told a member of the public that he was doing something and he didn't want to deeply offend her and all that kind of stuff, and like, you know, because she was just such a nice wee person, and he didn't want to upset her by doing Borat.
So it's up there. It's one of the funniest films in the out there. It really is.
Yeah. The second one's good as well. I think.
Yeah.
I think the addition of the daughter is she's brilliant in it as well.
And, Rudy Giuliani. Oh my god.
Rudy Giuliani. Oh my god. Yeah, that's yeesh.
Yeah, there's Alistair saying she was the only one and they did 2 takes. I didn't know that. One in the morning, one in the evening. I didn't know that. Right. Yeah, it's mad. What a film. And started watching a couple of things, but nothing really sprang into mind. I know what you're going to say. You've started watching Severance.
Yeah.
Is it just one episode, or have they dropped a whole lot?
No, it's just one episode.
No, I'm going to wait till they've dropped
one a week.
Episodes. Yeah.
What?
Yeah. I knew you'd be upset.
Right. Love it.
I've not done it intentionally. Just try to save myself £10.
I've not done it intentionally, but I'm not watching it.
Save myself 20 quid. It's in principle. Every time I see it advertised as well, I'm like, for God's sake.
Good for you. Like I was, as much as I hate paying for all these TV services, at the end of the day, if you decided to get rid of one of them, like let's say you decide to get rid of Disney, how much money are you actually saving a year? Is it enough to fill your car with petrol for the year? No, it isn't. Is it enough to buy yourself a cup of coffee every single day? No, it isn't. Like it isn't that much money.
Yeah. James has started watching it. Nice one, James. I think I spotted you, James. I was in the car and you were coming out around the corner. Yeah.
It's directed by Ben Stiller.
The first one. Jedis. Yeah. and cars driving around.
That's right. Yeah.
Yep. So good first episode, second season.
Fantastic. Yeah. It's
back in there. Oh, we've lost Sloan somehow.
You blinked and you're back in Severance. See what I did there? Oh no!
You actually dropped.
I'm still here.
Hello. You actually dropped out.
Oh, did I?
Yeah. See No Evil. Hear No Evil was on a few nights ago. I've never seen it. My site. Oh, brilliant.
There's a line in that is just brilliantly delivered by Richard Pryor, where because Kevin Spacey's in it, he plays the bad guy.
Oh yeah.
And she says, any last requests? And he says, I suppose is out the question.
Yeah, that's they did some cracking films together.
Okay. Stir Crazy. I haven't seen Stir Crazy.
Stir Crazy a million times.
I know.
Jeez.
I know. I used to be able to know that. I used to know the song off by heart. You know, the chicken dance song.
Yeah.
Except the freight train, don't reverse and finish off the work. Anyway, so I started watching Severance. It starts off with him doing a run through the corridor to get to wellness.
Right.
It's brilliant. That whole sequence is just brilliant. You're back in the world of Severance.
Good.
Somebody said that Severance is based on the game The Stanley Parable.
Oh yeah,
and I can totally see it now. Like I didn't put two and two together. Like I didn't think, this looks like the Stanley Parable. Yeah. But there's bits in this new season that feel like the Stanley Parable. Like you go into there's bits in the show. I'm not spoiling anything. You go into bits where it's like kind of liminal spaces.
Yeah.
And it's in the down deep, and it's brilliant, fantastic. Well, not the down deep, but in the basement.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Silo. Silo finished season 2 here with a wee bit of a cliffhanger. Brilliant show. Well, I don't know why you haven't watched it. Oh, that's right, because you don't have Apple.
I know.
You could get Apple, right?
Yep.
Watch season 1 and 2 of Silo, right?
Yep.
And then that'll get you ready for Severance. By that point, you finished that. You Severance will have released 5 episodes.
Yeah. David's a wee sly one here. Internet.
All right, that's fine.
Yeah, you did drop out a little bit earlier on.
Well, you know,
I didn't think you'd noticed.
Should be hashtag Sky Internet problems.
No, because I'm in Sky. It's absolutely fine.
Well, it's not fine here.
I need to get you onto my guy.
I'm gonna get Starlink.
Here you go. Alistair's up with you. Silo.
Yeah. Aye, it's fantastic. It's brilliant. It's just like the cast is amazing. Common's in it.
He was in the first season. Was he not?
Yeah. Rebecca Ferguson, Tim Robbins, Rashida Jones is in she's a guest star in the first episode. It's brilliant. It's a great show. Do you know who else is in it? Greg Hempel from
you were saying that.
Game.
Yeah. He's been in a few things now.
Yeah. Speaking role as well, like a couple of lines.
Okay. So good for him.
Yeah. And then Traitors, obviously. Traitors. Such a good show. I think the Traitors this season have been brilliant.
Yep.
I don't want to spoil it in case anyone's not seen it and just want to binge it.
Mina's playing a blinder.
She is absolute blinder. And then the rest of them just run around like headless chickens. And I don't know. I'm just screaming at the TV. I like Alexander, but like he keeps coming off it. Like if I'd come in, I'd be like, oh, he's one of the traitors.
Yeah.
Like he needs to like pull it up. He needs to.
I think he's got to target his back now. Actually,
I think he does as well. But so we caught up last night when we finally got the internet back working again. Sky. We started watching Traitors. That was about 11 o'clock at night. It came back up. It was good enough to watch it. Actually, no, that's not true. We watched a movie before that. We watched The Fall Guy, which is on Sky Movies.
You saw it to cinema though, didn't you?
Aye, yeah.
Yeah,
Anne-Marie hadn't seen it, so she said, "Oh, The Fall Guy's on. Well, let's go watch that." And I was like, "Yeah, sure." Yeah. It's fun. It's not
it was okay.
It's not gonna, light the world on fire with the Oscars, that kind of stuff. Cheesy. It is very cheesy, yeah, but it's fine. I like Ryan Gosling when he does those characters.
Yeah.
The kind of not loser, but the kind of type guy. The whatever.
Yeah.
Going with the flow type guy. Yeah. I think it's a good look for him. That character.
That's fun. It was a good.
I would do another one, to be honest.
Well, it flopped like crazy. So
I know. Which is a shame because I think that could have been like the sort of the origin story of Colt Seavers being a detective / bounty hunter type guy.
Yeah.
And it might have worked, but oh well. Never mind. All sad. Too bad. Never mind. Mm-hmm. Anyway, that's us. So if you like this, don't forget to hit the old like button. The banner has, whether it is there. Smash the like button and share on social media. It really does help the channel out. And if you want timely reminders when we put something new up, which is currently every Sunday at 8 p.m. UK time, then smash that subscribe button and notification bell, and YouTube will let you know when we put something new up, which, like I said, was 8 p.m. Sunday UK time. But until next time, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for commenting below as well. Thank you for Typey live as well. Thank you for showing up on Sunday as well,
appreciate
and being a part of the show. Thank you. See you next week.
Cheers.
Bye.
Thanks, guys. Bye.
Bye.